Hey guys, what's up? Who knows if this is going to be the last episode, but I have some time, and I might as well record, because as of right now, Spider-Man comes out next week. Well, next Friday, to be exactly. But anyway, yeah. How you guys been? Van Zeeks is here, and he says something. I read this last time, but, just to get in the moment, in the mood, is hell-bent on bringing the entire courtroom down about his ears. So be it. I'm going to press button now. I must confess that I'm struggling to understand what on earth is happening here. Oh, Judge. You and me both. However, it would appear that Mr. McGildet pawned articles in the extraordinary case of the omnibus, harbors secrets of which we have been hitherto unaware. I still cannot say that word for the life of me. Gina, please cooperate. So, Ms. Lestrade, you will now give your testimony before court about the events of 2 months ago. You will reveal the truth, a commodity sorely lacking in your original statements. This is it, then. Everything's going to come out. I hope. Let's go. Let's do this. Like Van Zeek said, this could bring the whole courtroom down about my ears. But as a lawyer, I'm prepared to take that risk. Let's do it. Witness's testimony. Come on. You can do it. The real truth of the omnibus case. Truth is that Brickmaker Cove was in the cabin of the omnibus the whole time. When the Irishman dragged me out from under the seat, I saw that disc on the floor. All of a sudden, I heard a scream from over me head, and the pair on the roof deck went off to call the slops. That's when McGildet... Shit, hang on. Still recording? Okay, I think we're still recording. Okay, we're fine. Alright, anyway, hopefully we're fine. It doesn't seem like it messed up anything. Alright, anyway, sorry about that. Jesus, everything seems to be going wrong today. Come on, let me record. What was I saying? That's when McGildet slipped and driver some tin to do a run to the pawn shop roundabout. He threatened me not to snitch, not to say nothing, to no one about what I'd seen or heard. Oh, that's it. Okay, we're almost there. Good grief. This is outrageous. What you've just told the court bears almost no resemblance to your testimony 2 months ago. I mean, that's the idea. That's why we had this. As you say, my lord. Then there's every chance I may have adjudicated an error in McGildet's trial. It sounds very much to me as if the man deliberately deceived this court in an effort to cover up the most wicked of schemes. I mean, yep. Without a doubt, your lordship is correct. A great injustice was done in this courtroom 2 months ago. The actions of the accused in that trial of this witness and my learned friend are entirely inexcusable. Look at me, she's like not giving a shit. Yeah, I know, I did it. I don't believe it. The whole trial was a farce. It was all lies. That McGildet fellow was running into the court just like a pickpocket. Don't forget the lawyer from the east. They were all in it together. Okay, hang on a second. You're wrong. Mr. Naruto, the lawyer there, he didn't know nothing about it. Humbug. I don't think so. Are we really expected to believe that? I mean, you can believe what you want to believe.
He really stitched everyone up, didn't he? What an operation to get that man off scot-free.
Unforgivable. Stop. The lies have to stop. Stop. Everyone shut the fuck up. Yes, the defense made a terrible error of judgment. I agree. I intend to take full responsibility and suffer whatever consequences are deemed appropriate. However, it's imperative that the court allows the witness to elaborate on her testimony. because the true significance of McGilda's Pond articles must be brought to light. Van Zeeks? Very well, my learned student friend. Oh, okay. I guess we're friends now. You didn't say my other thing that you were saying before. All right, Van Zeeks. Even I'm surprised. I'm like, did I hear that correctly? Hello? And given the depths of calamity you have just plunged yourself into, this may well be worth hearing. Words fail me. The situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord? I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, my lord.
But I mean, Mr. Naruhodo.
Now, counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. God damn, this is epic. Oh yeah, fair warning to anyone that's using Twitter, whenever you see my videos up, don't use it. Right now, it's not a good time to be using Twitter. Just a heads up. You really don't want to be on Twitter. Just watch my videos instead. Anyway, the real truth of the omnibus. Here we go. What's the code for the cabin on the omnibus? Hold it. We're holding everything. And you were hiding in the cabin at the time as well, weren't you, Miss Lestrade? If I remember rightly, in the storage compartment underneath one of the seats.
Yeah, that's right. It's pitch black under there, so you can't see nothing at all.
Now, in your testimony 2 months ago, I feel certain that you claimed Mr. McGilda was the sole passenger, did you not?
False testimony, my lord. That's what he told me. I had to say.
But it's important that you tell us the truth now. Were Mr. McGilda and the victim acquaintances?
I don't know. But I did hear him talking a lot.
What were they talking about?
Well, I couldn't hear too well, but if I had to say, I think it was about money or something. They keep talking about buying and not buying.
Perhaps business dealings of some kind.
Well, anyway, they got louder and louder, and it started to sound like a proper fight. I was pretty scared by then. I hardly dared to breathe, and then all of a sudden, I heard a noise like someone keeling over on the floor. It was blooming loud and all that.
And I believe you let out an involuntary scream.
Yeah. That what gave me away.
Okay. Irishman dragged me under the seat. I saw the disc on the floor. Alright. Was the disc you saw this disc?
Yeah, I reckon it probably was. It was right next to the cove, lying on the floor.
Could this disc have belonged to the victim, perhaps?
I don't know, but McGilda picked it up pretty smartish. And then he sat the cove with the knife in the belly up on the seat.
What did he say to you at that time?
He told me not to say a word about what I'd seen or heard to no one. About the disc and all. I was dead scared, the way he was looking at me, and I thought, if I didn't go along with it, I'd get stuck with the knife too. Then he started asking me a lot of questions, like what me name was and where I lived, and that he asked me about being a diver too.
But after a while, what happened in the carriage was noticed.
Yeah, that's right. First there was a kind of rapping noise.
Rapping like Eminem? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. This is serious. All of a sudden I heard a scream from over the head. Hold it. There were 2 gentlemen occupying the seats on the roof deck, I believe.
That's right. They must have looked down through the skylight and noticed the cove with the knife in its guts. When they screamed, the driver pulled up the horses, and McGilda got me out of sight.
Out of sight? Where?
Back under the seat where I started off. Once the carriage came to an halt, two cubs from the roof ran off to fetch the slopes.
If they immediately left to fetch the police, it would appear they were entirely unrelated to the incident. So that left McGilda, the driver, and you still at the scene.
Yeah, only the driver didn't know I was there because I was under the seat. I heard the cabin door open and voice from outside.
The driver, yes, he also testified in the trial, I believe. A fellow who went by the name of Beepo, if my memory serves. I love Beepo. Beepo's fun. What did McGilda and the driver say to each other?
I don't know what happened, and stuff like that mainly.
Alright, 2 more things I need to press on. That's when McGilda and the driver something run to the shop. Okay, this is basically where you got coerced into doing it. That pawn shop obviously being Windy Banks on Baker Street. Just a moment, counsel. Do you mean to tell me that the driver gave false testimony in the trial as well? Perhaps the exclusion of the pawnbrokery slipped his mind when he was in the stand. Indeed, Lord Van Zieks. Okay.
McGilda took off his coat and gave it to the driver. He folded it up and carefully like before, handing it over. When I saw him do that, I remember thinking, the coat and what's in it has gotta be worth a few bob.
Yes, Gina was sure the disc must be worth more than Mr. Windybag was suggesting, wasn't she? I remember her quibbling with him over the price that afternoon at the pawnbrokery. Jesus. I'm sorry, it's early in the morning.
The driver looked pretty happy when McGilda flashed some brass in his face. He went running off at a lick. Then the bog trotter called to me and told me to come out from the drag's cabin.
Alright, 1 more. He threatened me not to sniff, say nothing, or no one to hurt. Alright, here's it. Threatened you? How exactly?
Told me I'd only be to scrape her if I did exactly what he said.
Which included giving false testimony in court 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's it. And there was one other thing he said.
Which was...
He told me I'd have to hang on to the ticket from the pawn shop and make sure not to lose it.
The ticket? Well, I never.
Said if he didn't show up to get the ticket off me before 2 months passed, I had to go to the pawn shop and pay the money to keep it in lug, to stop it from being forfeited. He left me with some brass to pay for it.
But really, why on earth would Mr. McGilda have done such a thing? Depositing his overcoat with a pawnbroker before the arrival of the police, it makes no sense at all. There would seem to be only one logical explanation, my lord. Alright, let's hear it. When McGilda had the driver deposited at Windy Banks was something he didn't want the police to see. Well, okay, I could have come up with that conclusion as well too. I thought you were gonna be like, this is it, you know. Something very important that he needed to hide at all costs. Even the judge is like, what the fuck?
Anyway, after he let me go, so I legged it before the coppers showed up.
That seems to be it, huh? Well done, Gina. It can't have been easy to tell the truth like that.
Ginny's really put her faith in you, Runo.
Yes, and to thank her, she'll have to face the charge of perjury once the trial's over. So I need to use the time we have now to get as much information out of her as possible.
It's time to really go for it. Press her in every state.
I just did. I suppose I should. I mean, I did. I just did.
Oh, and another thing.
What is it, Iris? What's that?
Take a look at those two. Isn't it strange that they've been whispering to each other the entire time?
Yes, that is strange. It looks like they're having a secret discussion about something. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. What are you guys talking about? Can I join that conversation? It seems a little bit important. I'm not sure I'm completely comfortable with that. I wonder if there's anything I can do about it. Can I press these guys when they're like... I forget what I have to do. Huh. I don't really remember. Well, first things first, I'm gonna pause the video right here. Alright, cool, I'm back. Just gonna get it edited and all that stuff. But anyway, I just paused it because, you know, I have that statement. And if anything goes wrong here, you know, or I lose stuff, at least I have the first statement so that I could just put the videos together easier. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really remember what I have to do here. Can I just press Gina, or do I have to present something to her? Da-da-da-da, all of a sudden I heard a scream. I wonder if I could, like... I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna press her again on the first one.
Hold it!
And da-da-da. Da-da-da, we're just gonna... Da-da-da. Yeah, that's right. And da-da-da. Can I, like, go over there and, like...
Excuse me!
Is there something you'd like to share with the court, Inspector Gregson and Mr. Graydon? Oh, the music got quiet. Hey, guys! There's a fucking trial going on here. Hello! Could you just pay attention, my guys? Like, seriously? This isn't like show and tell or like whatever. Inspector! Mr. Graydon! What? What? Blimey, you trying to give me a heart attack? You have been whispering to each other for quite some time now. Tell us, what is the discussion about? Yeah, I'm curious. Please do tell. The discussion with this fellow? Pull the other one, Sunshine. You think I've got anything to talk about with a shady gent like you? Like this? And I have nothing to say to this uncouth detective after he deprived me of that disc that was rightfully mine. Huh. Well, I guess you talking to each other next to each other, like, hello, are you there? Wasn't talking then, But they've clearly been talking the entire time. I've been cross-examining Gina. It's as if they've been negotiating, Gregson, don't do this to me now. I liked you. Van Zeeks, you want to help out? I mean, he's your friend. Thank you, Miss Lestrade. Thank you, counsel. I've heard enough. I believe we have a reasonable understanding of what actually transpired on the omnibus. It would appear on the night 2 months ago, a negotiation was taking place on the omnibus. A negotiation concerning this disc. However, matters did not run smoothly. When the parties involved began to quarrel over price, McGilded took what he wanted by force, at the expense of the other man's life. Which proves my point. The disc is clearly extremely valuable in some way. Although I don't understand why as yet. Yeah, me neither. Well, I do. And 2 days ago, precisely 2 months after the omnibus incident, McGilded's coat and its contents were due to be forfeited. I didn't know what I should do with the ticket.
I mean, the cove died right after his trial. I knew that.
So you decided you would try to claim the articles as your own.
Well, why not, eh? They were only gonna be forfeited. Why shouldn't I have gotten them? Anyway, you can't blame me for thinking about it. Thinking ain't no crime. I mean, fair, yeah.
Miss Lestrade, it would appear Mr. McGilda was prepared to kill in order to take possession of this disc. Do you know why that would be?
Eh? I ain't got no clue. But I reckon it must be worth a fair bit of brass. He was probably gonna sell it.
Something like that.
And you can't blame me for thinking that. Thinking ain't no crime.
Okay, we get it, yeah. You got it, Gina. Don't worry about it. Who's this? My lord. Who's this? Oh, geez, the bailiff. The evidence your lordship requested has been located and is ready for the court inspection, sir. Oh, gosh. All right, here we go. What are we inspecting? I forgot we had this thing going on. The mysterious little box deposited by McGilda 2 months ago. There's no doubt in my mind that it's a key piece in this far-reaching puzzle. There's no way. Oh my Gideons. Are you serious right now? You can't be serious. Are we serious right now? There's no way you were serious. Are you kidding me right now? 20 minutes in. Are you serious right now? I'm gonna shoot someone. Specifically me. Well, I guess I'm gonna save. Again. Why am I such a goddamn idiot? I just saved here, so why not save here? Oh, we're in part 4 of the trial. Oh my gosh. Sure, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's go back. I'm not stopping right now. This is way too short of a video. You only gonna get 20 minutes. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. There's no way. So, this is the article in question, is it? The small box deposited with the pawnbroker by Mr. McGilda 2 months ago. And on the night of Mr. Winniebank's murder, the only item on the shelves that was touched by whoever broke into the shop.
Quick, let's open it up. And let's open it and see what's inside.
All right, let's see. Oh. It's empty. Well, it's got contraptions. Good gracious, this is no ordinary box, it seems. Wow, although in truth, I had an inkling that might be the case. Yeah, me too. It would appear the box houses a miniature music box movement. Graydon? You good? Then, is it too much to expect? I think it would be reasonable to assume that it is a device for the playback of this disc, my lord. So, here we have the means to play back Mr. McGilda's disc, deposited at Windybanks at the same time. Not strictly correct, my lord. It was not McGilda's disc. It was the disc of his victim in the omnibus. But why, for heaven's sake? Are we to understand that the brickmaker was trying to sell this music box disc to Mr. McGilda? Why are you raising your hand? I believe the answer will be clear if we listen to the music on the disc, my lord. Yes, very well then. Let the court now listen to this curious disc at last. All right, here we go.
Hold it!
What are we holding? Wait, my lord. Gregson, what are we hang on this? Ray! Good grief. What is the meaning of this, Inspector? The music box and the disc are, well, they're unrelated to the case. No need to spoil the somber atmosphere in this courtroom with some silly old bit of music.
Objection!
Nah, man. This disc may very well have motivated the culprit in this case to commit murder. Clearly, there's every chance that it is fundamentally important to understanding what happened. And the prosecution has no objection. Thanks, Fanzeeks. You're finally on my side. Took long enough. But no, the piece of evidence is a police Clearly, Scotland Yard has some vested interest in here. But it is policy of this prosecutor to leave no avenues unexplored. And you, Inspector, have no jurisdiction here to prevent that from happening. Gah! No further delay, please. Play the disc. Alright, what does this say? Let's hear it. Shh, quiet. What on earth? I don't know. That sounds slightly weird, but I think I know what that might be. That's certainly not what I would call music. No. It's just the same note playing over and over again in an irregular sequence. Hang on a second. Mr. Graydon? This is really is priceless. Shimmy, shimmy! After all that, the music box is broken. Broken? It can't be, can it? No, it's not broken. Well, obviously. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the officer sent to fetch it didn't drop it on the way back to the courtroom. Well, with much regret, I feel the court must accept this music box offers little in the way of clues. Actually, insert Adam. From Adam Ruins Everything. Anyway, Fanzeeks, you good? What's happening, buddy? Speak to me. Are you ready to move on, counsel? Come on. Yes, alright. It does sound as though it's completely broken, but is it? Could this music box emanating from the music box possibly be a new clue? No way. It could be a clue. I believe that it could be relevant, my lord. Good lord, but how can it be? It's an abomination, counsel, mere noise. I fail to see how it can't have any meaning whatsoever. Well, the guy seems to really want it, so if he really wanted it, he must know what it is. It does sound strange, I agree, but there's one thing bothering me. While Graydon stands there quarreling victoriously, the inspector beside him has a rather telling expression on his face. It's as if Gregson recognizes the sound and he's familiar with it somehow. And that's making him appear extremely on edge. If that's the stance of the defense, my Nippon-ass friend, answer me this. Okay, fine, we're back to Van Zeeks being Van Zeeks. Oh, just what relevance do you propose this woeful chiming has on this case? Well, it's the defense belief that the sound emanating from this music box is broken, an unusual genre of music, not supposed to be music. Dun 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 bop bop beep boop bop 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 boop beep boop. Morse code. That's what it is. Just because this is a music box, it doesn't necessarily mean the sounds we are hearing are music. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you? Let me say that again. It's not fucking music. Look at that. The smile vanished from Graydon's lips as soon as I said it. I'm on the right lines here. I must be. Bum. Bum, bum.
Making deductions based on how people react to what you say. You're acting just like Hurley, Runo.
Don't ever say that ever again, Iris. I like you too much. Don't say that. I'm joking. Fine. I'll let you be nice to me like that.
Objection!
Jesus, Van Zeeks, I'm talking to my daughter here, okay? Or sister, I should say. The sounds we're hearing aren't necessarily music. Well, now that you've told us what they are not, I'm sure the court would like to hear what they are. Do enlighten us, my Nippon-ass friend. About that, do I have clear idea? Surely you have an idea in mind, because if not, it will be the death of your ill-formed argument. Exactly. The music box is clearly broken. Refusing to accept that fact is pure foolishness. They've got me. I don't know what the answer is yet.
Bruno. I've just examined the music box very thoroughly.
You have?
And I'm fairly certain that it's not broken at all.
Okay, thanks, Iris. But then what is it? Really? I'm like, what?
Really, the way it's been made, it can only produce a single note anyway.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Iris. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, well, if the music box isn't broken, it must mean that the sounds it's producing have some significance that isn't musical. Ah! Could it be? Is that what these sounds are?
Something's just struck me, Bruno. I feel like recently, in the past few hours, even, I've heard another sound very much like the one this music box makes.
My lady. The one with the beep boop bop boop boop bop. Yes, it's a familiar sound. Actually, Iris, I was just thinking exactly the same thing. I'm going to have to press the defense for an answer. Do I save again? Or... Nah, I believe in my computer. You got this. If your assertion is that the sound produced by this music box is not in fact music at all, then what the devil is it, counsel? All the evidence we've seen so far, all the testimony we've heard, it's all pointing to one single answer now. And the prosecution demands that my learned Nippon-esque friend present proof now. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna pause. I'm sorry. It's just I'm too scared. I don't want to lose any. Alright, cool. I read this, right? I don't remember anymore. The prosecution demands that my learned Nippon-esque friend presents proof now. Alright, I'm gonna press button now. Tangible proof of this latest wild speculation. What do you mean, tangible proof? Alright then. This could be the best chance I'm going to get to fight back in this trial. And if I'm right, it's going to join all the dots together. The evidence that explains the true nature of the sounds in this music box is Well, if you look at today, nothing, by the way, I don't think it's any of this. You cannot, none of this makes any logical sense. But the only thing that we got today, in the bottom, it reads over here, the morning's paper, which contains an article about government secret being leaked to foreign agencies. I didn't even show you that. I just clicked on it to make it more ominous. But yeah, that's what it is. Someone is a double crosser.
Take that!
Today's paper, Council. The headline is Pawnbroker Perishes in Pickpurse Plunder, hardly supportive of your cause. Read the bottom. No, my lord. I was hoping you looked a little further down the page. Yeah, okay, thank you. I thought I was being bad. Further down. Ministry Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. Yes, this is very serious matter being investigated at the highest level, I understand. I have heard that international transmissions along supposedly secure lines are somehow being intercepted and leaked to various other countries. And presumably, those transmissions are in the form of wired telegrams. Where have we heard that before? Of course. Juror number 5, your input, please. Stop! Oh, me, sir. Whatever is the matter? You told the court before that you worked at the same communication station as Mr. Graydon, did you not? Yes, that's correct. And the particular station where you work deals with government communications and newspaper reports. Oh, yes. We're not your run-of-the-mill communication station at all. Our work is extremely important. Then tell me, is this not a very familiar sound? You don't mean to say, is it? That's right, madam. It bears more than a passing resemblance to the sound made by your telegraph machine as you tap it. I believe it's called Morse code. But I don't believe it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to the leaking telegrams from government departments, there could be nobody more perfectly placed than a highly skilled communications officer. Are you suggesting that the music box disc contains stolen government secrets in Morse code? Order! Order! Please, everyone, order! This is high treason, Council, deserving of capital punishment. Too much new vocabulary. What is this treason, and what is capital punishment? The sorts of words I'd half expect you to know. Okay, buddy, we don't want to die. We're still on trial. For our sovereign government, confidential information, hostile nations would surely pay almost any price. Yes, and on the night 2 months ago, that was the very negotiation that was taking place inside the omnibus. But in the end, McGelditz perished, and all-important disc lay unclaimed in the pawnbrokery. My word! In which case, whoever stole that information in the first place must surely have been beside himself with worry. Because if the disc were to be discovered before it found its way out of the country, it would reveal an act of high treason, punishable by death. So the culprit had no choice but to retrieve it. And in order to do that, he would have to gain entry to the pawnbrokery illegally in the middle of the night. because the article left behind by Mr. McGilded would incriminate him too much if it got into the wrong hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Graydon? Oh, you're shooketh. You think I've been stealing government secrets? Preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. So, in response to the defense accusation, you claim complete innocence, do you? Well, of course I do. I've had to stand here in silence while the pretentious foreign lawyer has been prattling away.
Objection!
Whoa, Van Zeeks. Then by all means, counter the charges, sir. What do you mean? The prosecution demands the witness testifies in response to the accusation brought by the defense. Delighted, I'm sure. The witness is reminded that the crime under scrutiny in this trial is the murder of the pawnbroker, Mr. Windybank. That being a most flatulous offense for which the law of this land sanctions a capital punishment. But the heinous act of treason is no less serious a crime. I urge you to bear that in mind as you testify, Mr. Graydon. So then, let us proceed. What the hell?
You gotta let us have a rabbit, porky governor. We got things to say.
I beg your pardon? Who do you think you are? I am.
Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is a professional baddie.
Name's Ringo Skulkin.
But we ain't baddies enough to sell our motherland. That's alright, we're what they call, the three Skulkin brothers.
Move aside, Gregson. Bad timing, fellas. Very bad timing. Oh, shit. I feel like we're coming near to the end, but I also don't... I gotta eat. Because if I mess up again, I can't... I gotta eat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this right here. I'm gonna, like, recharge my computer, and I'll come back. But as of right now, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have been fan-freaking-tastic, and probably next time will be the longest episode you've ever gotten. See you guys next time, and bye-bye.